Good evening, good afternoon, bonsoir, buenas noches, buenas noches to investors in North and South America. 我係個建議 Mr. 安哈斯，我哋超過早晨。Good morning to investors in Asia. Buenas noches, buenas noches, good night, good night, chai. Good night to investors in Europe and Africa. I'm Daniel speaking from Hong Kong. It's 13th November here and 12th November in Wall Street. This week, I have three main points to talk about. Number one, war on electric cars. Number two, rebounding wave of market. Number three, speech of Powell, and stock recommendations will be of vehicle stocks. Subscribe, like, and share. Remember to click the bell, please. Watch our playlist again so as to grasp the continuous trend of the market and refresh your mind. The war on e-car is fighting rigorously, not only among individual brands, but also among countries and also among vehicle shows. There are three major shows of the world, which are Japan Mobility Show in Tokyo, North America International Auto Show in Detriot, and at the IAA Mobility in Munich of Germany. They wanted to introduce their new product to the world and gain more market shares. However, in the Tokyo show, BYD opened a new horizon. They introduced the U8 model, which can have U-turn on the side that is turned around for 360 degrees without moving out of the spot. So in a narrow place or in cellar car park will be quite useful and also can cross shallow water. Mind that in global ways, BYD has chased up swiftly. In this chart, the lowest line is the BYD. This year, it has chased up Honda, Nissan, and Suzuki. Do you still remember during the fall of Nasdaq Golden Dragon Index, I told investors to keep away from all China concept stocks except the BYD. By the end of last year, I said it's time to buy the BYD again. This chart is the top 10 sales of the world. Light blue color stands for plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, which is PHEV. That means a combination of traditional car and e-car. Deep blue color means battery electric vehicle, BEV, completely e-car. We can see in the total sales of PHEV and BEV. BYD is the champion, but if just for BEV, Tesla is the champion. However, the trend is that e-car are developing quite fast in every single brand. Now the tournament is between BYD and Tesla. It is a war of the century. Mind that the Cybertruck of Tesla will be introduced on November 30th in Los Angeles. Concerning the rebound wave, let's see the market mover first. Even though three major indices met with their resistance, but Microsoft made record high. It occupies 12.63% in Nasdaq components. After breaking the top line of W pattern, the rebounding wave broke record high under the warning of rate hike. It is because of the success of OpenAI and the $10 billion investment, as said in my daily report, the US Stock Express. Apple occupies 12.60 in Nasdaq components. After the wave of 9 consecutive rise, it continues to go up and break the top of W shape for welcoming the sales of Thanksgiving and Christmas. NVDA occupies only 5.28% in Nasdaq. Already said, the head and shoulder is a false pattern, for the starting point of the right shoulder could not touch the leg line, and now it's going to go upward and break the rectangular platform. They have just designed three kinds of chips of lower caliber, especially for China, so as to pass the sanction legally, which is good news for the sales, and that's why they broke the previous high. Meta occupies 3.68%, just form a big white candlestick trying to break upward. As for Nasdaq, even in the high-low leg pattern of W pattern, it met with resistance in the top line. The following trend slowed down and closing prices above 5 major average lines, minded the refilling of jumping gap. DJIA basically is in the middle of a ranging zone or rectangular platform, but now trapped within the 5 major average lines. No prominent direction yet. S&P also met with resistance on top line of the double bottom. There are several common points of three major indices. Number one is the falling trends are slowed down. Number two, mind the refilling of jumping gap. Number three, may have a chance to develop into reverse head and shoulders. For the above technical data, please study my electronic handouts thoroughly, together with the series of 14 teaching videos with live examples and certain tests specially designed for self-studying, and also philosophical questions to think about as homework. Any sponsor for our seminar, daily report and videos are appreciated with gratitude. Please contact Professor Vitelli for details. During a speech hosted by the International Monetary Fund on Thursday, Jerome Powell released a hawkish speech, warning if inflation remains high and economic growth remains strong, the door will remain open for another interest rate increase. His words are, if further tightening is appropriate, we will not hesitate to do so. Three major indices at the same time finished the strong rebound wave and met with resistance of previous high and turned back. GDP is at a high growth rate of 4.9%. Anyway, it is good news to the economy, for there would not be any chance of recession, but may also arise inflation. However, initial claims slightly dropped from 220K to 217K. Unemployment grew from 3.8 to 3.9% and is expected to keep unchanged. Anyway, when comparing with the average unemployment rate of US from 1948 to 2023 of 5.71%, it is still quite low. Even if it rises several points, it is still at a very low level. So let's view the Chicago target rate. The chance of keeping the interest rate unchanged at December 13 FOMC meeting is 85.5%, still quite high after the speech of Powell. Last week, 90.2%. But for a rate hike of 25 base points, now it is at 40.5% and last week was just 9.8%. So for January 31st, the chance of keeping interest rate unchanged is 74.9%, March 26 is 66.7%, May 1st is 50.1%, rate cut of 25 base points will occur on June 12 and the chance is 40.1%. For stock recommendation, let's see the vehicle stocks. For aggressive buyers can try the RACE. It has just broken up the top line of W shape and is now above all 6 major average lines, much stronger than 3 major indices. Better wait for $333 level for short-term buying. For conservative buyers can try the GM. It went down because of the result announcement on late October, but got a compromise with the United Automobile Workers UAW to increase salary by 25% and ended the 6-week strike. So can purchase now but have to wait for the rise. For general investors can try the Goodyear GT. It is famous for rubber tie, so it can meet with the demand of e-car or traditional diesel cars. Ford is the first of Detriot big 3 companies to reach a tentative agreement with the UAW to end the strike and provide a 25 wage hike over the 4.5-year contract, starting with an initial increase of 11%, and 45,000 workers are back to work now. BYD is amidst a ranging zone and in between 5 major average lines, and is the best time for treasure finding. Tesla is a bonus that never dies, but must know the profit and market share have already passed the climax and can buy in around the level of 190. Mind that the announcement of CPI and PPI this week will have a greater effect on the market, more than the Russian-Ukraine conflict and Israel-Hamas war. The F-16 is expected to arrive in Ukraine in December, and Israel will use magic spout to block the entrance of tunnels in a short time. These are war-changing factors, hoping to end the fighting earlier. Anyway, both wars will be prolonged further, but the effect on inflation is limited. So again, subscribe, like and share, please. Sayonara, auf Wiedersehen, adieu, bye bye, see you next week.